So I'm gonna beat this drum as long as I need to beat it, especially considering how many people I know are actually thinking about voting for Kamala Harris. These folks have no clue what kind of absolute tyrant she really is. And if you need proof, look no further than this video I'm about to show you. Watch this clip and try telling me she's not dead set on stripping away your rights.
It's people who own guns who are quietly sitting on those guns, and those guns might end up being the weapons of the destruction of a community because they get in the hands of some kid who decides that they like what they see on television and they want to act that way. So this is about just basically saying that we're going to require responsible behaviors among everybody in the community, and just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible and safe in the way you conduct your affairs.
Oh, no, 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 no. You're not walking into my home to check anything, Kamala. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. I don't care if I'm sitting in the so-called sanctity of my home or chilling on Mars. You're not gonna roll up unannounced to check on my guns like we're living in some kind of dictatorship. What is this, North Korea? Come on. And for those of you who don't know, this isn't just some off-the-cuff comment from her. Nuh-uh. She's been pushing for stuff like this for a long time. Let me break it down for you. You see, this video was back when Kamala was the San Francisco's district attorney. Kamala Harris helped draft legislation that essentially gave the city the power to walk into a legal gun owner's home to see if they were storing their firearms properly. And you know who signed it into law? None other than Gavin Newsom. Yes, that Gavin Newsom. San Francisco has some of the strictest anti-gun laws in the country, thanks to her. And guess what? All those laws don't seem to be stopping crime now, are they? Now, what really kills me is that she has the nerve to say,
and just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible and safe in the way you conduct your affairs.
Let me ask you something. What part of the Constitution allows this? Spoiler alert, none of it. It's illegal, unconstitutional, and straight up tyranny. This is the kind of Marxist nonsense that Kamala Harris believes in. These are her values. And speaking of Marxist nonsense, you know what else doesn't care about your budget? Criminals. But these anti-gun politicians love to nickel and dime us for everything, acting like securing our schools and neighborhoods comes cheap. Meanwhile, they're pushing laws that make it harder for us law-abiding folks to protect ourselves. Look, asking why we need money for guns is like asking why we need locks on our doors. They want to strip us of our rights while selling us some utopian fantasy that has nothing but smoke and mirrors. And that's why I stand by the statement, need money for pew-pew. It's not just about firearms, it's about preserving our freedom. And if you're wondering why oppressive regimes always go after civilian disarmament first, it's because an armed populace is a threat to tyranny. The cost of liberty has always been high, but it's one we're willing to pay. And by the way, if you agree with me on this, head over to shop.mrcolionnoir.com and grab yourself a need money for pew-pew or need money for guns shirt, hat, drinkware, or even the premium embroidered hoodie. Or just click the link in the description section of this video. Trust me, you're gonna wanna get yours while you still can. Now, for those of you who don't quite understand what Marxism is, let me give you the quick version. Marxism sounds all warm and fuzzy, right? Equality for everyone. Everyone gets their fair share. But let me tell you, Marxism isn't about sharing. It's about control. It's about the government deciding what you can own and what you can say, and yes, how you have to store your guns. Under Marxism, you're not in control of your own life. The government is. And history has shown us that once they get control, they keep it by any means necessary. You think they're gonna let you keep your guns when they want full control? Kamala Harris's entire political policy is straight up pulling from the Marxist playbook. And look, don't just take my word for it. Did you know that her own father, Donald Harris, was a Marxist professor at Stanford? I'm not making this up. Here's the headline from the Stanford Daily when he got his professorship. Don Harris, a prominent Marxist professor, has been offered a full professorship in the economics department. Yep, you heard that right. Her father was a Marxist, and she majored in political science and economics, the same fields that her father preached his Marxist theories. And people act surprised when she talks like this. Come on, the apple didn't fall far from the tree, and you can clearly see this. Even Trump called her out on this during the debates, and she never denied it. Not once. She just made this stupid little silly face that she likes to do whenever you catch her off guard about something.
She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well.
But of course, nobody paid attention to it because it was coming from Donald Trump. But it's the truth. I'm not trying to scare you. Actually, I am trying to scare you because the shit is scary. But I'm also trying to wake you up. This is the kind of politician we're dealing with. She'll switch up her positions like a chameleon just to get what she wants. One minute she's all about justice reform, and the next minute she's supporting draconian gun laws that trample on the very freedoms she claims to be defending. It's all a front. She just flip-flops every chance she gets to get whatever she wants. Some would even argue that's exactly how she got to the position that she's in now. Flip-flopping. And now we're supposed to just be okay with her knocking on doors for safe storage checks? Nah, Kamala, we're good. We're good on Kamala. Please, y'all, don't vote for this woman. You see this? This is me exercising my God-given constitutionally protected right to keep and bear arms. And Kamala Harris, she wants to take this right away piece by piece. And if you don't see a problem with that, then I don't know what to tell you. Here's the deal. Kamala Harris isn't just anti-gun. She's anti-freedom. She's using gun control as a tool to control you. So before you go and vote, remember this video and ask yourself, do you want someone like this in charge of your rights?
And just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible and safe in the way you conduct your affairs.
And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to head over to shop.Mr. Noir to pick up your need money for pew pew or need money for guns, shirts, hats, hoodies, and more. Click the link in the description section below to grab yours and show your support for our Second Amendment rights. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and don't let anyone, especially Kamala Harris, take your rights away.